Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Traveling Gun. My name is Thomas. I am a regional flight attendant. Today I began a 4-day trip. This is my last trip of March going into April, and I have 3 legs today. I do a Jacksonville turn, North Carolina turn, and not Jacksonville, Florida, and then I end up in Wilmington tonight. There's really not anything going on. I was just off for 2 days, and I kind of just chilled and relaxed and just, did little cosmetic stuff around the house as far as just cleaning up and things like that. Other than that, there's nothing else left to report. But if you haven't seen my video already, go check out my video about the updates of the airline, which talks about my airline and what we're doing starting in the month of April and moving forward. So if you haven't seen that, go check that out. I'll see you guys a little bit later on once I get to Wilmington, North Carolina. Good evening, everybody. So I made it here to Wilmington, North Carolina. Today was very uneventful. Flying partner is great. I've worked with her twice, I believe, and me and her had a rapport prior to us even flying together because when I first started, I used to always have radio reserve, so I was always in the crew room sleeping. And how we met, she thought it was funny to kind of like put something on my nose, and I kept doing like that. So that's how we kind of met first, and then we just built a rapport from there because she was just messing with me while I was sleeping. But other than that, that's all that I have for you today. It was very uneventful. Tomorrow I'll have a 5:55 van in the morning. I'm gonna make sure I set my alarms before I go to sleep because I am sleepy. And I'm gonna eat and just lay down and just unwind. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to day 2 of 4 for me. I didn't really sleep well last night. It was hard for me to fall asleep for whatever reason. And I'm up now. And luckily for me today, I only have 2 legs. I go from Wilmington to Atlanta, then Atlanta to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Then I'm done today before 12 o'clock. So hopefully I can go back and take a nap. Just want to update you all from my previous trip from when I overslept. So I still don't have a meeting. So obviously, meaning that we closed the door on time. I don't have to have a meeting because I wasn't technically late as far as getting the plane out. So so I don't have a meeting. So obviously that's what I figured to say was, since we didn't close the door late, therefore they're not going to give me a meeting for it. Or I don't think it goes into my file because I will have to sign something. But anyways, I just wanted to update you all with that. I'm finna get ready and get down to the van, and I'll see you guys a little bit later on once I get to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Good morning, everybody. Yes, it's still morning here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Today was very uneventful, just the 2 legs that we have done, but we didn't have an APU, but that's not the bad thing because it wasn't really hot, because in Atlanta they had the air hooked up to it, so it wasn't hot. But Harrisburg called to Atlanta and said, do not fly any planes without an APU because the machine that starts up one of the engine up here broke. It doesn't work. But somewhere in between, the message didn't get relayed, and we still ended up flying a plane with no APU here to Harrisburg, even though their machine that starts the engine up does not work. So, but no problem. What they'll do is just ask one of the other airlines to use theirs. But again, that was about the most events that I had today. It is raining, so I was gonna go walk around and explore, but it just started raining as we were driving up here. And so I'm gonna take a nap and see if it, stopped raining. By the time it stopped raining, see if I can get out and explore. If not, I'll see you guys in the morning. I'm gonna take a nap right now because I am sleepy. I was nodding on the van ride over here. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to day 3 of 4 for me. Today is April 1st. March came and gone, and it went by really fast. So today is April 1st. It begins the month of Autism Awareness Month. And for those who don't know, my son is autistic. I do love someone that has autism. So throughout the month, I will be, sharing my stories as far as my autism journey, as far as with my son and things like that. And, it could help out other people's and how it pertains to the airlines, because there are certain things that airlines do for kids or people with special needs as well. Today also, we get a little raise. You know, it's not much, but anyway, increase is increase regardless of how much it is. You got to be faithful over little to be faithful over a lot. That's just how I look at it. But, you know, it is what it is. Also, our min day goes up from 3.5 hours to 4 hours. And for those who don't know what minimum day is, it just means basically if you work flights that are under 4 hours, you're automatically going to get paid 4 hours for that day. So if I only have one flight that's worth 1 hour and 30 minutes, I'm going to get paid 4 hours for that day. So it, you know, contracts getting a little bit better and better. Is it the best in the business? No, but it's better than it was when I first started in some ways. But today I only have 2 legs. I go from I'm at Harrisburg to Atlanta, and then Atlanta to Roanoke, Virginia, and then I'm done for the day. Other than that, I'll see you guys a little bit later on once I get to Roanoke, Virginia. So I made it here to Roanoke, Virginia. Today was very uneventful. On my first flight, I think I had like 10 people asking about if they're going to make their connection or not. And when I happen to look at my SkyPro, I see that all of them made connections under an hour. Like they have 40 minutes to get to their gate once we landed. So that's from the time we land and we got to get to the gate. They got to get the jet bridge out. So they only have 40 minutes. Would never recommend to anyone to book under an hour connections because you just never know what might happen. We could have been delayed and then boom, they would have missed their connection. A 30-minute delay would have missed their connection. If it was me, I probably would do 1.5 hours to 2 hours. That way you have some wiggle room, especially if you're not flexible, like you have to get on this very next flight. Then I would say book 1.5 hours to 2 hours. But if you're flexible, book that under an hour, and if you miss the flight, you just miss the flight and you can take the very next one. But I would never recommend it. Today we kept the same plane all day. We didn't have to change planes, and you know, that's kind of one of the best things about it. We don't have to get our stuff and keep lugging it to different gates every time. That happened on my last trip. I didn't have to change planes at all each day. Like I kept the same plane until I went to my overnight and we swapped planes the next morning. But throughout the day I kept the same plane, same crew. Just like now we're going on day 3, still the same crew, which is kind of good. And that's what our company was trying to do, is trying to keep all the crews together for the entire trip if this was an original trip that you was paired with. So, and it makes it, like I said, it makes it a lot better, especially when you have a nice crew with a cool captain and first officer. Obviously, me and my flying partner has a rapport before, you know, so we're cool too. But I'm going to take a nap because I am still a little sleepy, and I'll get up a little bit later on, probably work out and see what I can do here in Roanoke. It is cold. It is actually 42 degrees here. And guess what? I left my jacket at home. But I'll see you guys a little bit later or in the morning once I get up for go home day. Good morning, everybody. Today is go home day, and last night I slept really well. I actually went to bed a lot early because I actually stayed up for long enough because I didn't take a nap. I wasn't able to take a nap, so I stayed up until about 9 o'clock, 9:30. I fell asleep, and I actually woke up like right before my alarm went off. So I feel well rested. Hopefully today goes very uneventful. We're gonna say a prayer to the go home guys that nothing happens, no delays or anything like that. And I'm done by 2 o'clock today. So I only have 3 legs, which is from Roanoke to Atlanta, then I do a South Bend, Indiana turn. And then that's it. Then I'm off for 5 days. And then I officially start my trips in April, because this trip, since it started in May, and it goes into April, is still part of, March. It's still a part of March. So it's not actually fully an April trip yet, even though we are in April. But other than that, I'll see you guys once I get to Atlanta. So good evening, or well, better yet, afternoon, everybody. finally done. Today was very, very uneventful, with the exception of we were late leaving out of Atlanta because we couldn't get fuel on time properly, or whatever took place with the fuel trucks. But other than that, it was uneventful. It's a very uneventful trip. I didn't even really have to tell people about their masks this entire trip whatsoever. So it was, you know, one of those smooth trips that nothing happened, nothing really major got out of, you know, went major or went left. So now I'm off for 5 days. I'm finna head to my mom's house. My niece and nephew and my brother are up here from Jacksonville. Spend some time with them, and then, you know, I'm off for these 5 days. But if you're new here, please make sure you subscribe to all my returning subscribers. I appreciate the support. We're on the road to 1K, and I do appreciate everything that you all do and those who watch. As always, hug on the ones that you love. Tell the ones that you love them. Until next time, I'm out.